His Excellency, the former President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, has come out to state the reasons that will lead to his concession if he really lost the 2020 December 7th election. According to the NDC flag bearer and former president, he says that this election has been one of so much incompetence, because with this particular election, one of the reasons why he still hasn't conceded is the way this election was shrouded with so much incompetence. He's been speaking with the Voice of Africa, who interviewed him after the elections and matters arising. John Dramani Mahama had a lot to say about the Electoral Commission. When we come back, news need a dose to be brief.
Well, in the run-up to the election, there were a lot of flaws in the process, and we kept drawing attention to them. And it's like the Electoral Commission was adamant to our call, but on election day, we saw exactly what happened. This is the most incompetent election we've had. I mean, everything about this election does not reach the standard that Ghana's Electoral Commission, has attained for itself. Ghana's Electoral Commission is held in high esteem as one of the best electoral commissions. Unfortunately, this election, she can't even get the results right. The declaration is all over the... Well, we know we did, and we are currently doing a forensic audit of all the constituencies. First, to establish what happened there, and then secondly, to reconfirm the figures that we have. Because this case might end up in court, I don't know. I cannot mention anything for now, but we're doing an audit, and based on that, we'll take whatever decision we need to take. But I think that the incompetence the EC has shown, it will be useful for us to do a forensic audit of the EC's own systems and the numbers to come to what the final number for the EC is, because as of now, I don't know what number they're going to gazette.
All right, so there we have the former president of the Republic, and he's been talking because he was asked the question, why is he not still conceding? Because an election that EU observers, the Economic Community of West African States, and some international bodies have considered or have given their verdict that this election was free and fair. Why is he still not conceded? John Dramani Mahama says that these international associations have the right to do all these things, but then one thing that they didn't do was to bring out their report on election collation. A lot of issues arose when it was time for collation of election results and all of that. John Dramani Mahama has been speaking, and then it says that some 6 million Ghanaians gave him their vote, so it would be undemocratic to really walk away if he feels that there are still challenges with the election results. He feels that as a Democrat, all they have to do is to challenge the election results, and maybe they might go to court. And before I bring that video to you, let me say a very big thank you to Top Hub. Top Hub are basically a movie streaming platform. Let's watch this video. When we come back, we'll talk more about Top Hub.
Normally, when you have an observer mission like that, you need to wait and see their final report, because often they give the report up to the point of counting. And it's true, I mean, the whole day was peaceful. People went about, voting without any problems, and the queues were orderly, and so they'll say all that. And there were a few instances of people caught with pre-printed ballot sheets. I mean, the video evidence is there. Normally, their final report will capture the collation process. And so this report does not capture the collation process. In the interest of the more than 6 million people who voted for me, I must uphold our democracy and hold our Electoral Commission to higher standards and hold this government to a higher standard in terms of our democracy. I mean, the way they've conducted this election, the government, President Akufo-Addo, and the Electoral Commission, is a dent to our democratic credentials as a government. And so in my principles as a Democrat, I can't be seen to be sweeping it under the carpet and just letting it go. I think that we must bring closure to this by seeing exactly, where the issues are. And I mean, if an independent audit is done by the EC, we bring somebody in to crunch the numbers, do an independent audit. If I lost, why not? I mean, I'll be the first to concede and, you know, walk away. But as long as that is not done, and I know that there was a deliberate attempt to subvert the will of the people in favor of the incumbent, it will be wrong for me in terms of our democratic practices to just leave it, because we will not learn the lessons of this election.
So that was the former President John Dramani Mahama speaking to the Voice of Africa right there. And also the NDC have been declared winners of the Senate West seat that has been under a lot of controversy. The Senate West seat wasn't declared because the NPP filed an injunction on one polling station that they felt the ballot box was taken away, and after so much back and forth, the courts have finally given their verdict, and then they've allowed counting to go on, and also the election results have been declared. As it stands now, the Senate East seat goes to the NDC, making it a balanced parliament. So we have 137 for the NDC and 137 for the NPP. So along we'll look at videos of the counting, but then let me say a very big thank you, as I said early, to Top Hub. Top Hub basically a movie streaming platform, and all Top Hub are saying is that what kind of movie do you want to stream across the continent, across the globe? So all you have to do is to download the Top Hub application on Google Play or on Apple Store, and then subscribe or something little for the month. If you use GhPage as your promo code, as I've been telling you, you get another month free subscription on Perry. Now open then Top Hub, and so say open hosting virtual concerts and whatever thing you want to host on a virtual site, then they've got your back. So kindly take their numbers and reach out to Top Hub. A very big thank you to Top Hub. And so yeah, still on the outstanding seat that the NDC have won. It happens that the NPP placed an injunction, and after some court proceedings, the NPP have been fined a sum of 14,000 cedis, which the court says that it was a deliberate attempt to delay the whole process, and the NPP didn't have much of a case in court, even though they allege that the ballot box was stolen and all of that. Finally, the ballots have been counted, and that particular polling station, the NDC pulled some 275 votes as against the NPP's 148. We had some 48 ballot papers that were rejected or that was spoiled, and then we have one vote for National Democratic Party, that is the NDP. Let us take a look at this video. When we come back, there is still more. Alright, so that was it. You've seen the videos, you've seen the pictures, and so as it stands now, it's going to be a balanced parliament, and we are still looking forward to hearing from the Formina MP. Is he going to pitch camp with the NDC or be pitching camp with the NPP to give them the majority in parliament? Whoever the Formina MP pitches camp wins the majority in parliament, they get to elect the speaker, the chief whips, and the majority leader, and all of that. It comes with some positions as well. So winning the majority in parliament is really a big deal to both sides of the house. And then for the very first time, we're going to have a parliament that doesn't have huge margins like we saw in 2016, where the NPP had some 169 seats as against the NDC's 104, 106 seats thereabout. So basically, that is the best. So I draw the curtains on the show. Ghana Bear, the Parliament Bear, who becomes the next speaker of the next Parliament, we will live to see. This is GhPage, people. Subscribe to this channel on YouTube, GhPage. Follow us across social media on Facebook, GhPage News, on Instagram at GhPage News, on Twitter at GhPage_com. You can also visit our website www.ghpage.com. My name is Gypsum, always your MC General. Away, boys.